Rainier Avenue Radio, and remember, do not curse out your fellow drivers. This has been your Rainier Avenue Radio traffic update.
Hey, this is Tony Benton of Rainier Avenue Radio. Rainier Avenue Radio is a people-oriented media outlet dedicated to amplifying the diverse voices of our community. We're asking you to make a difference and invest in our independent organization so that we can continue to enrich our community through the programs that you love. We need your help. We're kicking off our summer campaign to support Rainier Avenue Radio. From now until August 1st, we're asking you to make a gift in support of our work. Your collective contribution support programs like Call to Conscience Museum, Make Music Day, our summer youth classes, and our generational wealth campaign. Go to RainierAvenueRadio.world and click Donate to make a gift. Thank you for partnering with us to amplify diverse voices in our community.
Hey, this is Paul Pearson. I've hosted the R&B show Star Time since the very beginning of Rainier Avenue Radio. And after years of featuring tracks from the 50s through the 80s, Star Time now plays R&B and hip-hop from the 1990s as well. A whole half century of soul, funk, hip-hop, and more on Star Time, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Make Music Day Seattle, broadcasting live on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, Wednesday, June 21st from noon to 10 p.m.
There will be all types of music and all types of performances.
And every kind of musician, that's young and old, amateur, professional, every music persuasion will fill the streets, parks, plazas, porches, rooftops, gardens, everywhere, and other public spaces to celebrate, create, and share their music with friends, neighborhoods, and strangers.
This is completely different from a traditional music festival. Make Music Day activities are free and open to anyone wanting to participate.
And did somebody say shopping? Well, there'll be vendor booths inside the Columbia City Theater from 4 to 10 and on the waterfront from noon to 6. Support local Black businesses.
If you can't make it down, watch and listen live all day on RainierAvenueRadio.world. Wednesday, June 21st from noon to 10.
All events are free.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not shouting, "Badia" at city council meetings, I'm listening to RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Welcome to Real Estate and Money, a half-hour program on RainierAvenueRadio.world designed to help you whether you're a buyer, seller, investor, or renter in real estate. Your hosts are two local professionals who will escort you on your journey. Violeta Strash, who has years of media advertising and marketing experience and brings this extensive knowledge to John L. Scott Real Estate and all our clients. And Tina Lombard, who is a mortgage loan originator with guaranteed rate affinity, with over 28 years of experience. And now here's Violeta and Tina.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, are we echoing each other?
There you go. Hi.
Yes. How's everybody doing out there?
Yeah. They're not answering you. I'll
They're
answer
not.
you.
Yes, but you can answer.
It was great. Great weekend. Father's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
Juneteenth was yesterday. So a
Yes.
lot of celebrations going on.
Right. And so me and Violeta actually had a chance to see each other for the first time in a long time, maybe 2 years in Seattle.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a little bit or hear a little bit about that. But but we're here. We're going to talk to you today about Father's Day, which was last week, or last Sunday. But we're going to talk about how men look at finances, what men look for in the home, and what you can do to make your father happy in his home. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess I'll start it off with our little market update, right? Okay, here we go. King County. Active listings in the past 2 weeks since we had a rebroadcast last week. 701 homes were active as of for the past 2 weeks. Pending, 770 homes went pending. And for our sold inventory, 723 homes got sold in the past 2 weeks in King County at an average price of $1,167,000. versus last year, same time, 1,109,000. And that's a 5% increase. So we're now seeing increases. And, we had a sales meeting today, and Lennox Scott from John L. Scott, our president and chairman, CEO, he said that, it's going to be a typical thing. Prices of homes are going to be going up. So buyers know you're going to build a lot of equity now if you buy now, and prices of all the homes out there will, regardless of the mortgage rates, they're going to go up. So there you have it. I have in Pierce County, we're looking at now, active listings, 335 homes, pending 312, and sold 376 homes at an average price of $611,000 in Pierce County versus last year's $602,000. That's a 1.5% increase. That's not that big, but I've been reporting decreases in that average sold cost from year to year. So now we're going back up the other way. In Snohomish County, active homes, 280 homes went listed, pending 291, sold inventory 299, an average price of $854,000. Last year, $811,000, and that's a 5% increase. Don't have the numbers for the stats, but just know it's a great time to buy. And May and June are typically the months where we see inventory coming into the market, and people, we've told you, school's getting out, so people are out there looking for their next home before going on summer vacation, and definitely before the start of the school year, because people want to be situated in their new homes right now. So they're looking to buy. And Tina, you got rates for us, right?
Yes. Talk a little bit about the rates. And so I gave the rates right now to Daniel. Let's pull them up really quick. We're not seeing a dramatic difference in the interest rates right now. They're kind of like holding off. The 30-year fixed rate has got a national average of 6.768 and an APR of 6.833. So it's still holding steady between like 6.6 and 7%. 20-year fixed rate is at 6.6% and an APR average of 6.7. Now let's jump to the 5-year ARM. The 5-year ARM has got an interest rate of 6.53 as an average and an APR of 7.5. So it's more, when I see an APR of 7.5, I know that it costs more money to buy a 5-1 ARM than it does to get a 30-year ARM. As you can see, the APR for a 30-year ARM is at 6.8. So FHAs for 30-year fixed are at 6.24, which is a little bit, or actually a half a point better than conventional. And the 30-year fixed VA is at 5.706 for an APR average. Now, if you look really quick here, if you look at that 30-year fixed mortgage at 6.768 conventional, and you see an FHA, the rate is like 5.355. That's something that you really want to note. So V, if your client had the difference or had the option of doing a 6.76 or 5.375, which one would they choose?
Probably the 5 point, whatever that was that
Yes.
you just said.
Correct. Okay. So
did I pass? Oh,
yeah. Okay. So 6.768 for a conventional loan, and a VA loan right now is at 5.622. So which one would your client choose if they could do VA?
If they could do VA, definitely VA. That's the best loan around.
Great. So what we find, ladies and gentlemen, is that a lot of times people think a conventional loan is the hoity-toity best thing. I'm the top of the mountain. I'm the best person in the world because I got a conventional loan. Okay, that is all for the birds. That's just a myth. Okay, a conventional loan is a different animal than an FHA loan. An FHA loan is government-backed secured. So if you should default, the government actually guarantees your loan with the lender, which makes it more attractive to the lender. Mm-hmm. So if you get a conventional loan and you have no recourse or you don't make the payments, the conventional lenders they're out of luck. The FHA, if you should default, FHA guarantees part of that money back to the lender. So that's why the interest rates are lower. So V, if I have somebody and they've got like 5% to put down, and they got like an 800 score. Is it better for them to do FHA or better for them to do conventional? 5% down.
5% down.
Conventional is like 6.7, and FHA is 5.3.
Well, FHA.
Thank you. And you know, I say that because a lot of clients come to me, they're like, oh, I don't want to do FHA. I don't need to do FHA. La, 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 la. Great. Your payments are $4,500 with conventional. With FHA, they're $3,800. Which one do you want? Well, I need to do conventional. Well, fine. Knock yourself out. Pay your extra $600 a month. Go ahead. You know, because I mean, think about it. I mean, who cares if you have a conventional loan or FHA loan? It really is nobody's business, and it is not a what is it called? It is not it's not a status thing, status quo. Okay. So right now I get people, they're like, well, I only got 8% to put down. I only have 3% to put down. I'm like, okay, how long are you going to be in the house? Well, maybe 5 years, maybe 15 years or whatever. But I said, well, hey, go ahead. And if you can afford an FHA with a bigger house, go FHA. You're not an inferior person. You're not a bad person or anything. FHA is just a different program. And so a lot of times right now at FHA, they do have lending amounts that are very, very good in King County and in Pierce County. So I tell people, and I tell realtors, and I tell listing agents, FHA or conventional, when it comes to a loan, is FHA is just as strong. So if you do get some people, sometimes when you have an FHA loan, some of the listing agents are like, oh, we don't take FHA. Do you ever get that?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, and one thing you got to check. I'm not going to just say this out loud. We got to check because in some cases it's discriminatory and it is illegal, and you can report them. Okay. Now, if it's a condo and the condo is not FHA approved, that's valid. The condo is not FHA approved. If you have a house where there's cracking paint, it's not safe, the roof is about to fall in, of course you can't do FHA. But if it's a beautiful brand new home or just a house where there's no issues, and you're like, well, my client has got FHA $650,000, and they're not going conventional, and then your listing agent says, oh, well, we just don't take FHA. We just don't do that. Or, that's something that you want to take up issue. And a lot of times I have my realtors or my agents or my clients call me, and I call the listing agent, and they'll say, well, why are they going FHA? And I'll say, well, the rate is 5.5 and conventional is 7.2. And then the listing agent says, I got you. I understand. So they'll go through it. So a lot of times, fight for yourself. If your realtor says, oh, if you're just going to get FHA, I'm not going to represent you. You should try conventional. You need to just haul them out on the table and say, listen, as discriminatory and FHA rates are insanely better right now. So if you do have 5% to put down or 10% to put down, and your money is kind of tight, if your lender offers you FHA, grab it. Okay, because the rates make a huge difference. If you want to refinance when the rates go back down to 4 or 5 or 3 or whatever, refinance anyways. There's no sense. There's no crown. There's no trips to Egypt or France if you get a conventional loan. Okay, it's higher. The rate is higher. So if you want to maximize your buying power, stop thinking FHA is below you, because it's not. Okay. So anyways, that's what I got to say today about that. So anyways.
Yes.
So yeah, but we're going to talk about that.
It's a good time to buy, right?
It's a great
You got
time
a lot
to
of
buy.
people coming in for loans.
Yeah. And
applications left and right.
Yeah, people are finding like, I got to move. My kids need to go to the school district, or I'm moving because I'm getting married, and they really don't care about rate. So if you're out there and you're scared about the rate, just don't be. It's just, you're going to buy your house at 8, it's at 7% right now, and the house is $800,000. When the interest rates go back down to 6 or 5, your house is going to be worth $950,000. So don't worry about rates right now. And so, I'm still getting a lot of applications.
And, there are a number of reasons why people are looking to change their home. One, they're upsizing, growing family, right? They're downsizing because kids are going off to college and not coming back, hopefully. Yeah. Lifestyle change. Maybe your husband or wife passed away and you're not going to deal with this huge home by yourself and need the finances to do something else. You just simply got relocated for work. Mm-hmm. What else? But if any of this,
somebody now is retired or disabled, or they're sick, and
right,
you lose a spouse's income.
Yeah, so you need to move to a retirement home. So you need the money. You need to sell your home in order to afford that retirement home. So there's a lot of different reasons why people are moving. And if there's any of those reasons that speak to you, give us a call. We'll help you out. We'll
Yes.
direct you to where you need to be and find the right next home for you.
And Vi, I'm so glad you brought this up because in Seattle, I'm getting a lot of Philippine Manans. They're their 60s and 70s, and they bought a house at maybe 100,000, 200,000, maybe 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now their payments are maybe $1,500 a month. Okay, now their house is worth $700,000, and they're like, Tina, my house is dilapidated. It needs to be torn down. It needs to be restarted. I want to buy a brand new home. Well, brand new home that area may cost $800,000-900,000.
Yep.
And they sell their house in the state that it is. They're not going to be able to afford to sell their house and buy another one that's better.
Mm-hmm.
They can barely make the payments on the house that they have now because now they're aging and so on and so forth. They're retired. They can't make the payments on the old mortgage, much less get a new mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
And so your clients, I've got 2 or 3 in the last week, people just like that, and the kids don't know. The adult kids don't know. And when the adult kids find out, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy the house. And they really step in and they really make a difference. So if you have family out there and they've been in their house like 20, 30 years and it's kind of dilapidated. My mom, the same thing too. She was older. She couldn't take care of her house. What do you do? So reach out to your adult parents right now. Find out, should we sell the house? Should we get you into a nursing home? Should we have you move in? Should you just find a smaller piece of property a little outside of Seattle? Since you don't work anyways. Really now the time to it really counts. A lot of times you've got a lot of sellers or a lot of people in a situation and they're too embarrassed to call their family members. They're too embarrassed to tell the realtor. I want to sell my house. And I didn't realize that, there's something coming up or they're moving or something's happening, but it's a very good time. These people are not rate sensitive. They have to move one way or another, or they're going to lose their home. So,
or you're taking in grandparents or parents that are aging and you're going to move anyway, so you're going to find a bigger home to accommodate them, or get a big piece of property and put an ADU on that thing.
Yes.
A lot of that happening right here. In this area.
So could you tell people what an ADU is really quick?
Is it attached dwelling unit?
Mm-hmm. So we call it a mother-in-law, but it's now
totally outside of your home, a separate little house, all inclusive. Its own bathroom, kitchenette, and bedroom. So really small, but it'll fit in your backyard. Mom and dad can be back there. You don't need to yell at each other. They just be in the backyard, hanging out. On the other side of the pool.
Yes.
The pool.
Yes.
Anyway.
So So this is a good time. So are we at the halfway mark?
Yeah, we can be at the halfway mark.
Okay, tune into Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Join your hosts Violeta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. They'll help you navigate the waters of our volatile real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your hard-earned money work to make your dreams come true. Learn about current trends, get tips on financial matters, and have fun, interactive discussions about your home inside and out. That's Real Estate and Money.
Great.
Yeah, that was a good promo.
Yeah.
Dave Drury.
Yeah.
But so as we mentioned, Sunday, a couple of days ago, was Father's Day. We did a Mother's Day theme last month, and now it's the guys' turn to see what it is that you men are looking for when you're looking for a new home or a do-it-yourself project, your current home. What hits your buttons? So let's just go back and forth and talk about it. See what you've seen out there.
So for me, the way men apply for loans and the way women apply for loans are completely different. Women are completely hands-on. What are my payments? Very emotional. And the men are figures. And so the women are like, I don't care about the damn figures. I need this house and I have my kids and you're going to pay for it. So the women are different, for the men, it's completely different too. So when I talk to a person who's taking an application, whether they're a man or whether they're a woman, I have to shift gears. So I find that women, and you can talk about this too. A lot of the women, they want to buy as is. They're not trying to buy a house and put in a new fireplace, put in a new deck. They're not trying to do any type of landscaping. They're not trying to knock down a wall. Okay, women are like, listen. Okay. Besides putting plants and artwork and I'm not trying to renovate nothing. I need as is. I need security. Make sure it's a nice neighborhood where I'm secure if I'm single. And, I've got the amenities that I need. Push button this and push button that. I do not have time.
Yeah, move-in ready.
Yes.
As it says, yes.
And then the men are different. They're like, well, I think I could build a house over here. We can put on 3 new roofs, and we're going to have a canopy and a sunroom. We're going to have a bear cave. We're going to rip this out. We're going to rip that out. And the women are like, oh my gosh. So we're not going to have our house until 3 years now. And the guy's like, oh yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. So men are a little different,
Yeah.
Do you find that, V?
Oh, definitely. I have a client right now. The wife is like, oh, but I need a better kitchen. I need a bigger kitchen. And so this isn't it. Or I need an ensuite bedroom with a bathroom in it, and they're like, no, we can do that. When I knock down all these walls, bring in new appliances, I can paint. I can put in a new bathroom. I can extend the house out that way. And it's like, before you know it, you're putting in $200,000 into a home that
Yes. Oh yeah. And we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. We don't have time. I'm trying to get the kids to whatever they got to go to. Take my vacation. I got to retreat. I got to do things. I don't have time for all that. And so women are a little different. They're like, listen, I need luxury. Women need not complete luxury, but women need a bathroom, a kitchen, and it needs to be functioning now. They're not waiting for the future. So women, we're nesters, right? So when we nest, we don't. There's no bird out there in the sky that's going, well, I kind of want a nest that I can get into. Like, kind of build it, when animals want nests or caves, this has got to be ready right now. Okay. And so we see things completely different. We want things done. Now it looks like here let me see. It says here a statistic that came out in February of 2023. The single women own roughly 10.7 million homes in the U.S. compared to men, 8.1 million for single men. So women are actually buying more homes buying more homes than men right now.
And I bet all those homes are move-in ready.
They're move-in ready. They said
your single women or working women, they don't have time for repair. Same thing with men, right? Men too. They don't have time sometimes.
It says here that in 2011, somebody who bought a house in 2011, today, they have made a national average of $225,000 in that short period of time. If you bought a house in 2011 to now. Now, I know I made that much in just a couple of years, and I'm sure people in Seattle, same thing too. But nationally, just anywhere that you bought a house, a national average, if you bought a house in 2011 to now, you've already gained $225,000 in net worth. So women, we're getting out there, we're doing our thing. I think women are now understanding, and a lot of women that I talk to on the phone, they're understanding, I make $180,000 a year in my sleep, working part-time, Netflix on, and I'm doing the computer, and I'm making $180 a year. Why don't I buy my own house? So a lot of women are doing that right now, and there's no fear. So that's the difference. Now when women buy homes, like I said, we look for one thing, but the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom, but and the security. But how about men? What do you find that they want in a house? V?
Well, what I'm looking at right now, what is kind of exciting are bedrooms that were converted into bars. Throw in a mini bar in there, a fridge, and shelves stocked with liquor and a wall-mounted bottle opener. Done. Dartboard on the wall, whatever, access to the outside in case you need to throw up. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I've seen some cool spaces like that. TV is a big must for sports fans. So they have indoor spaces or outside spaces where they set up a big screen TV and have the coolers or the fridge or little kitchen set up where they can just pop their popcorn, sit down, get their pizza nuked, and watch the big game. Garage spaces. You say you got a 3-car garage. I only have 2 cars, so I'm going to turn this other one into my little man cave, put in a TV, a fridge, put the cornhole game outside on the driveway. Done. And at our old house, we had a room dedicated for a pool table. with bar stools or low bistro sets set up. And then next to that is an exercise room.
Wow, nice.
So, yeah. And then also at my old house, some of that space got converted into a batting cage. Who does that? My crazy boys and their dad.
Yeah.
What else have you seen?
Well, my garage when I lived in Federal Way, every time the cars were out, it turned into a dojo. My son had every weapon and everything flying around that garage. Like, Mom, get the cars out of the house, and it turned into a dojo. But it was like, but yeah, I see a lot of the men. It says here in the statistic here at homes.com said men are more likely to go into situations where there's entertainment. There's a golf club, there's movie theater, there's the clubs, the restaurants, and forgo crime and forgo security. Where the women are like, we will live somewhere, it says here, women tend to be more willing to forgo excitement around their home in favor of good schools, safe streets, and location that's close to family and friends.
Yes.
So a lot of time the woman's like, I want this house. The guy's like, no, there's nothing here. So that's the dichotomy you got to play with.
Yeah, where's my 80-inch TV gonna go?
Oh, yes, I know exactly. I mean, guys were like, so it's just like men and women, when it comes to neighbors and stuff, women need friendly neighbors. Men are like, whatever. So
yeah,
whatever.
Are they drinkers? Are they partiers? Okay, then we're fine.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah. Actually, music. How about music? A music, for a drum set. I had a friend who had a band, so he brings all his band guys into this room, and they could be as loud as they want because they actually soundproof that room.
Yes. Yeah, it's really weird in my neighborhood. All the women are wild, crazy people. I mean, we partay. It's the women, and the men are like, just calm down a little bit, The women, if we're safe, the women are the ones that go crazy.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, but if the women are safe, the women in my neighborhood, I mean, they're all fun, but they get that safety they have in my neighborhood. It's very safe. And their men are like, hey, you go do you because this place is safe. So when we do have safe homes, we can act a little crazy. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, they're the men, sports, activities like that, right? Ping pong. Oh, yeah. Oh, back in the 90s, I think, there were homes with pickleball courts in the backyard.
Nice.
And
wow.
Pickleball just became kind of huge in the last few years, right? But back then I was surprised, what's a pickleball court?
Yeah.
They knocked down trees, just put in a pickleball court. Whatever. But now I think I started playing pickleball, and I think that was cool. Should have done that. How often would you use a pool here? A pool, a water, a swimming pool. I don't know.
A dog park makes more sense.
Yeah.
A dog park makes more sense. Off-leash dog park makes more sense.
Yeah.
Every house has a dog,
Yep. Yeah.
But before we go really quick, let me see. Men and women. Gosh, what was I going to say? The men and women. Oh, I forgot. Never mind. When it comes to applying for loans and stuff like that. Like I said, women and men are different. And a lot of times, I'll flip flop, but men, I know. Who do you put on the purchase contract? The man or the woman? Who goes on the application first? The man or the woman? In the old days, it was always the man because he was the one in charge. But nowadays, who do you put? We look at the tax returns. If the tax returns have the woman's first and the man's, we'll mimic the tax returns. So as far as the purchase and sale is concerned, if you just put the man first because he's a man, they may be filing separately, but we always mimic the tax returns. So or whoever makes the most money or whoever is taken off work, we put them in front of the vet. If the woman's a vet, we put the woman in front. So it's not a sexist thing whether we put you in front or in back when you're a man or a woman. Good loan officer is going to put down what mimics the tax returns and whose credit and income is more prevalent.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So don't get twisted out of shape if somebody else is in front of you on the loan. but yeah, I have a live read. Before we go, I have a live read that I want to put out for everybody here. If you have a moment really quick. So Rainier Avenue Radio is a people-oriented media outlet dedicated to amplifying the diverse voices of our community. So we are asking that you to make a special difference and invest in our community. Let me see. Let me finish reading this correctly. and make a difference and invest in our independent organization so that we can continue to enrich our community through the programs that you love. We are kicking off a summer campaign to support Rainier Avenue Radio from now until August 1st. And we are asking for you to make a gift of support of our work. Go to RainierAvenueWorld.com and click on Donate to make a gift. Every gift matters, and we are working to raise the resources needed to fund our programming. And, Rainier Avenue World has been such a voice in this community. It has been a voice for me and Violeta just to talk about finances for our community, people of color in our community. All the different programming that we do have in Rainier Avenue World, it's actually for the voices of people who don't have voices to actually hit the radio airs. So if you have anywhere in your heart, if you like our program, if you want to support what we're doing here at Rainier Avenue World, please, we implore you to give us a gift, to continue the great work that Daniel and the folks there at Rainier Avenue World do. They're really giving us a voice that is not representative in everyday regular media outlets. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening to us today. We'll see you next Tuesday at 2:30. And from Real Estate and Money, I'm Violeta Strash, John L. Scott.
And I'm Tina Lombard with Bank of England Mortgage.
Okay, thank you. Bye, Daniel. Thanks so much.
You've been listening to Real Estate and Money with your hosts, Violeta Strash and Tina Lombard. For more information, call 206-717-4490. That's 206-717-4490. Go to the Rainier Avenue Radio.world website to find the Real Estate and Money schedule, or tune into our live show every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3. We will help you find your dream home.